What's up, boys? You guys ready to rank all the NFL teams ahead of the 2023 season?
Wait, what? I thought we were going to rank all the NBA teams.
Sleepy Joe, you are such an idiot. We are ranking NFL teams, not NBA.
Yeah, Joe, we are ranking NFL teams today. Maybe we can do NBA teams a different day.
NFL is what sport again?
Football, Sleepy Joe. It's football.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Obama, can we start already? We haven't even ranked one team, and Joe is already being a dumbass.
Yeah, let's get started. Okay, so up first is the Arizona Cardinals.
I think we can all agree that the Cardinals are dog shit and will be without a doubt the worst team in the league this year.
Yeah, hard to disagree with you there, Donald. They do look like an F-tier team.
Now, hold on a second. I think there is an argument that Cardinals may be D-tier this year, especially if Kyler comes back in October.
Joe, are you on crack? Kyler sucks. Their defense sucks, and I don't think I can name one decent player on their offense this year. They are an easy F-tier.
Sorry, Joe. I agree with Donald. The Cardinals are a F-tier team this year. Next up is the Atlanta Falcons.
Falcons are garbage. Another easy F-tier.
Donnie, you are dead wrong about this Falcons team. This team impressed me a lot last year, and I think they had a great offseason. Bijan Robinson was a great pick and will be a top 5 running back this season. Drake London will show improvement in his second season, and they have a young and up-and-coming defense. The Falcons will win the NFC South and should be in the B tier.
Win the NFC South, Joe? What the fuck are you talking about? Their quarterback is Desmond Ridder. They will be lucky if they win 5 games.
Shut your mouth, Donald. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop sleeping on the Falcons. The NFC South is wide open this year. Don't forget your boy Brady retired.
Don't remind me.
Honestly, I like the Falcons this year too. However, I am worried about how Desmond Ridder will look. But I think the NFC South will be the worst division, and anyone can win it. I think putting the Falcons in C tier is fair. Now we have the Baltimore Ravens.
Lamar Jackson is the most overrated quarterback in the league. He is always injured and is a glorified running back. The Ravens' defense is getting older and they still have no receivers. Ravens are a C-tier team.
Joe, the Ravens signed OBJ this offseason and still have young guys like Rashad Bateman. They have a solid receiving core and their defense has always been consistent. Also, Lamar is definitely not overrated. Don't play with big truz, cuz.
Obama, this isn't 2016. OBJ is washed, and get Lamar's balls out of your mouth. He's a running back that is now extremely overpaid.
Joe, you are crazy. Ravens are an A-tier team, maybe even S-tier.
Relax, Obama. Ravens are nowhere near S-tier, but they are a solid team. The only reason I wouldn't put them at A-tier is because Lamar is very injury-prone, and the AFC North will be tough this year. I think the Ravens will be a B-tier team.
Fine, put them in the B-tier, but you guys are really disrespecting the Ravens.
Shut up, Obama. You will see how trash Ravens will be this year.
Up next, we have the Buffalo Bills.
Bills are an easy S-tier team. Josh Allen is absolutely that guy, and this year will finally be the year the Bills get over their playoff struggles and bring the Lombardi home to Buffalo.
Donnie, your delusional Bills are the most overrated team every fucking year, and this year is no different. Everyone will hype them up all regular season just for them to lose in the divisional round of the playoffs. Bills are overrated as fuck and may not even win their division this year. They belong in the B tier.
Stop it, Joe. Bills have a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. They are not a B tier team. But I will say the Bills have constantly disappointed in the playoffs, and for that I can't put them at S tier.
Okay, so A tier it is.
Up next, the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers are going to be a basic ass team this year. They won't be the worst team, but definitely not a playoff caliber team. I would say C tier.
They are clearly an F-tier team this year, guys. Their quarterback is Bryce Young. He's going to be a bigger draft bust than Zach Wilson and Jamarcus Russell. Dude's like 5'7". Shit, the Panthers have a better chance at a winning season with my old ass playing quarterback for them this year.
Stop it, Sleepy Joe. You can barely make it up a flight of stairs. Don't disrespect Alabama's finest Bryce Young like that.
You'll see, Donnie, Panthers are going to be trash this year. Bryce will be a bust.
Damn, Joe, I'm surprised you hate the Panthers this much. But I think they are higher than F tier. They have a solid defense and are in a very weak division. Let's put them in D tier. Okay, now we have the Chicago Bears. As a Chicago man myself, I can proudly say that the Bears are going to win the NFC North, now that Rodgers is finally gone, and we have the best quarterback in the division.
Shut the fuck up, Obama. We all know you ain't no Chicago man. Your ass was born in Kenya.
Yeah, Obama, stop showing Chicago fake love.
Ha, very funny guys, but I am being serious. The Bears are going to be nice this year. They are a B-tier team.
B tier. Obama, you must be on drugs. The Bears were the worst team in the league last year. They belong in F tier.
Donnie's right, Bears are trash, but I will say they had a good offseason and do have a bright future ahead of them. I say put them in D tier.
Whatever, I'll put them in the D tier, but it's always bear down.
Shut up, Obama.
Next is the Cincinnati Bengals.
I think this one is pretty simple. Joe Burrow is easily a top 5 quarterback, and the Bengals' offense is absolutely stacked. Best receiving core in the entire NFL. They are an easy S tier.
Hard to disagree with you there, Donald. The Bengals are definitely an S tier team.
Even though I think this year might be more difficult for them as their division is tougher. They still have been to 2 AFC championships and a Super Bowl in the last 2 seasons. Definitely belong in the S tier.
Now we have the Cleveland Browns.
Absolute dog shit of a franchise with a you-know-what at quarterback. I don't give a fuck how good their roster is. The Browns are a F-tier team.
Stop it, Joe. We are ranking the teams, not individual players. The Browns have a good D and a strong run game. They should have a solid season this year.
Yeah, chill out, Biden. Watson served his suspension and wasn't charged with any crimes. Get over it. Nick Chubb is an absolute beast, and just for that reason, I think they are a C-tier team, maybe even B.
Come on, man. Browns are trash. They belong in the F tier, and I stand by that.
Okay, Obama, settle this.
Sorry, Joe, but I agree with Donnie. The Browns should be decent this year. Let's put them in C tier.
Fine, but just wait till the end of the year, when the Browns miss the playoffs again and Watson gets in more trouble. You will see why I think they belong in the F tier.
Well, as of right now, we are putting them in the C tier. Okay, up next is the Dallas Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys. Every year, everybody rides them so hard, and they constantly disappoint. The Cowboys are and have been mid as fuck for the last 30 years. Put them in C tier where they belong.
I agree with you, Donnie. Cowboys are mid. But I will say I like Dak Prescott. I think he alone earns the Cowboys in the B tier.
Shut your mouth, Joe. Don't tell me you actually believe that shit. Doc is easily the most overrated quarterback in the whole league. Everybody overrates the fuck out of him just because he plays for the Cowboys. You and I both know the Cowboys are a C-tier team.
Fuck off, Trump.
Okay, guys, relax. Donald, I do agree with you that the public does tend to overhype the Cowboys every year, but the Cowboys have a decent roster and had a strong regular season last year. They are a B-tier team. Now we got the Denver Broncos.
Russell Wilson is old, trash, and washed. The Seahawks absolutely fleeced the Broncos in that trade last year. This team has no heart and a shit roster. They're going to have another disappointing season, and not even Sean Payton will be able to help that corny motherfucker Russ. They are D tier.
Sleepy Joe, shut the fuck up. Don't ever disrespect Sean Payton like that ever again. He is an offensive genius and will rejuvenate Russell Wilson's career. And don't forget the Broncos still have a monster defense. They should be in B tier.
Sean Payton is so fucking overrated. He didn't do shit in New Orleans besides that one lucky Super Bowl.
Joe, you need to take your meds.
Joe, Sean Payton is a Hall of Fame coach and is definitely not overrated. He will be much better for the Broncos, and they should definitely have a better season. Donnie, I think they haven't done enough to be in B tier, so I think it's fair to put them in the C tier. Up next is the Detroit Lions.
Lions offense is so goddamn underrated. They are going to be so entertaining to watch this year. They will win the NFC North and should be in B tier.
Donnie, we don't usually agree, but you're right. The Lions have crazy potential. And I love Dan Campbell. Definitely B tier.
Guys, it's the Lions. Putting them in B tier is giving them a little too much respect. Until proven otherwise, Lions should be in the C tier.
Shut up, Obama. Lions are B tier.
Yeah, Obama, stop sleeping on the Lions. Plus, me and Donald both think B tier, so put them in B tier.
Fine, Lions are B tier. Now the Green Bay Packers.
It's simple. Aaron Rodgers is no longer the Packers quarterback, so they belong in F tier. Simple.
Donald, Packers are definitely going to regress without Rodgers. but they still have beasts like Aaron Jones on the offense and Jair Alexander on defense. I think the D tier is where the Packers belong.
I agree with Obama. The Packers will be a D-tier team this year. Jordan Love has a lot to prove.
Next are the Houston Texans.
Texans are straight garbage. They are F-tier easily.
Facts. Joe, Texans are really bad. They should be in the F tier. Trump, any thoughts?
You guys are so dumb. The Texans are a D tier, maybe even C tier team. Listen, I'm really high on C.J. Stroud, and Will Anderson is going to be an absolute beast. The Texans have improved a lot, and I think will be the second best team in the AFC South.
Donnie, the Texans have a less likely chance of finishing in second in the division than you do of becoming president.
Relax, Trump. I know you love the Texans this year, but they are still an F-tier team as of right now. They have too much unproven talent. Now we got the Indianapolis Colts.
I have absolutely zero respect for the Colts after the abysmal season they had last year. They are old as fuck and have a shit front office. If you guys put the Texans in the F tier, then the Colts belong there too.
Donald, hop off the Texans' nutsack. They are trash. The Colts have a decent defense, and Jonathan Taylor will have a bounce-back year. Colts are a D tier, maybe even C tier team.
You're overrating the fuck out of the Colts. The Texans will be better this season, you'll see.
I'm worried about their quarterback situation, so I think Colts belong in the F tier. Okay, next are the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I love the Jaguars this year. I expect them to be like the Philadelphia Eagles of last season. Trevor Lawrence is the next superstar quarterback, and that team is built perfectly. Plus, Doug Peterson is an amazing coach. They are an S-tier team.
Relax, Donald. I fuck with the Jaguars too, but they not S-tier. They're a playoff caliber team, but haven't shown they can hang with the heavyweights of the AFC. As of right now, they are an A-tier team.
I agree with Joe. Jags are nice, but they are not S-tier yet. A-tier is fair.
Keep sleeping on Duval County.
No one's sleeping on them, Donnie. They're in the A-tier and will probably dominate their division. Now we have the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think this one is pretty easy.
Yeah, no question. Patty Mahomes is by far the best quarterback in the league, and they are the defending Super Bowl champions. Definitely S-tier.
Even though I'm pissed about what the Chiefs did to my Eagles, they still belong in the S-tier.
Okay, so we all agree. Chiefs are S-tier. Next up is the Los Angeles Chargers.
Herbert is that fucking guy. Just for that reason, Chargers are S-tier.
There is no fucking way that Chargers are on the same tier as the Chiefs. Herbert is nice, but as long as Staley is their coach, they do not belong in the S-tier.
Donald, just because you don't like analytics doesn't make Staley a bad coach.
Joe, what the fuck are you talking about? Staley is a shit decision maker. His shit decision making cost them the playoffs 2 seasons ago, and he deserves the majority of the blame for blowing a 28-0 lead in the playoffs this year. If the Chargers want to win anything, they got to fire his sorry ass.
I agree with Donald. Herbert is a beast, and Chargers have a good roster, but Staley is just not a good coach. The Chargers are an A-tier team. Okay, now the Los Angeles Rams.
Rams' glory days are over. Stafford is old, and the defense isn't what it once was. They are D-tier.
Biden, your nickname is Sleepy Joe, and you can barely walk and talk. You should not be calling anyone old. But I do agree with you, Rams are not the same and do belong in D-tier.
Come on, guys. They won the Super Bowl 2 seasons ago, and they still have Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald. They should be a B-tier team.
Relax, Obama. Rams are trash, and who cares what happened 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, chill out, Obama. Put the Rams in D-tier and shut the fuck up.
Okay, Rams in the D-tier it is. I'm sorry to all the Rams fans. I tried. Next up is the Las Vegas Raiders.
Jimmy G is way too injury-prone, and Josh McDaniels isn't a great coach. They are a D-tier team.
Jimmy G is the sexiest man in the whole league, and for that reason alone, Raiders are S-tier this year.
Unfortunately, Donald, it doesn't matter that Jimmy G is sexy. He is injury-prone, and Raiders have a very shaky roster. Also, Jimmy G is not all that.
Obama, have you seen your wife? She's built like a linebacker.
Good one, Donnie.
Donald, just for insulting my wife, Raiders are going in D-tier. Now we have the Miami Dolphins.
I am the king of Miami and will proudly announce that this year is in fact the Dolphins' year. Put them in A tier. They will make a deep postseason run. Mark my words.
Donald, you are not the king of Miami. That's Jorge Masvidal. And Dolphins are not A tier. They are B tier at best.
Tua is a beast. Waddle and Hill are the best receiver duo in the league. Put some respect on the Dolphins.
Donald, Tua won't play over 8 games this year. Dolphins are mid as fuck. Put them in B tier Obama. And that's being generous only because I love Cheetah.
Okay, Dolphins are in the B tier. Okay, now we have the Minnesota Vikings.
Drip Cousins is that guy, and him and Justin Jefferson are going to gritty all over the NFC.
Holy shit, what the fuck is wrong with you, bruh?
Yeah, Trump, that was cringy AF.
My point is that the Vikings are going to have another great season. They are an A-tier team.
Vikings have no defense, and that holds them back. They are a D tier, maybe C tier.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Cousins like Donald is. I think we should put the Vikings in the C tier only because JJ is a monster. Up next are the New England Patriots.
Mac Jones fucking sucks. Patriots are an automatic D tier.
Facts, fuck Mac Jones. D tier it is.
Boys, we are ranking the team. One player doesn't represent the whole team. We need to rank the Patriots fairly and accurately.
Shut up, Obama. Put Patriots in D tier.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Obama. It's 2 versus 1. If you believe in democracy, then put the Pats in the D tier.
Fine, but you're disrespecting a team named after American heroes. Now we got the New Orleans Saints.
I like the Saints this year. Derek Carr is a solid player, and they still have a strong defense. I would put them in B tier.
I agree, Donald. Saints have a good roster. Also, don't forget about Chris Olave. Dude's an absolute stud. I expect a big season out of him.
I don't see the hype with the Saints. They are not going to be better than the Falcons this year.
Stop it, Joe. Saints roster is much stronger and a lot more experienced. The Saints are clearly the better team as of right now.
Facts, Obama. Put the Saints in B tier where they belong.
Next up are the New York Giants.
Danny Dimes is a franchise quarterback, and the Giants will make a run for the division this year. Put them in the A tier.
Chill out, Donald. Danny Dimes had one good year. Don't overrate his ass. He's still a turnover machine, and Saquon sucks. They are a C tier, maybe B tier team.
I agree with Joe. I don't see the Danny Dimes hype, but I do think they have a good defense and a really good coach in Brian Dable. For that reason, I think B tier is fair for the Giants. Okay, now the other New York team, the New York Jets.
Holy fuck, I love the Jets this year. I mean, where do I start? Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Sauce Gardner. This team is absolutely fucking stacked. With Aaron Rodgers, they are winning a Super Bowl, no doubt about it. Easy S tier.
I like the Jets this year too, but don't get too ahead of yourself, Donald. Jets have not done shit in over 10 years. We can't put them in S tier. I think A tier is better.
Facts, Joe. Jets have a really talented roster on both sides of the ball, but they haven't proven anything yet. They are an A-tier team, but will most likely be an S-tier team next season. Next up, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Let's get it straight. The Eagles are the Super Bowl champs, if not for that bullshit penalty call late in the game. The Birds will come back better than ever. Hurts' MVP season is loading, and we still have the best O&D line in football. Eagles are S tier.
Relax, Joe. Eagles had one good year, and now everyone is on the bandwagon. I think they are just as good as the Cowboys and Giants. Put the Eagles in the A tier.
Come on, Donald, that's crazy. I'm not the biggest fan of the Eagles, but we all know they are built to perfection. Literally no weaknesses. The Eagles are definitely an S-tier team.
Daddy Hurts will lead us to the promised land this year. It's destined.
Now we have the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's simple. As long as Mike Tomlin is the Steelers coach, they will be at least a C-tier team. Dude's been their coach for God knows how long and hasn't had a losing season. Not only that, but I think Pickett has a breakout year this year. Steelers are a B-tier team.
Nah, Donald, you're tripping. I like the Steelers. They have a good defense, but they are average at best. Put them in C tier.
I agree, Joe. Tomlin is the only reason the Steelers should be in C tier.
When Kenny Pickett has a breakout season, you'll see who was right all along, as always.
Relax, Donald. Kenny's hands are smaller than my dick. Steelers will be mid this year. They belong in C tier.
Up next are the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks have a solid roster and should be a tough team to beat in the NFC West. Also, who doesn't love Geno Smith?
The "they wrote me off, but I didn't write back" line was cold as fuck. Just for that, the Seahawks belong in the B tier.
Trump, you're right, that line was cold, but relax. It's Geno. He hadn't done shit up until last year, and he's been in the league for like 10 years. They have a good squad, but they are a C-tier team.
Obama, you're the deciding vote.
I love Geno, but I think the Seahawks belong in the C tier. Okay, now we got the San Francisco 49ers.
I don't give a shit who plays quarterback for them. That defense is godly. And as long as the offensive mastermind that is Kyle Shanahan is their head coach, the Niners are an S-tier team.
Niners are stacked offensively and defensively. If Purdy continues to ball like last year, they are going to the Super Bowl, no doubt in my mind.
You guys are overhyping Purdy. Niners are an A-tier team.
Nah, Donnie, you dead wrong. Niners are an easy S-tier. Way too many studs on their team.
Yeah, Donald, I don't know what you're talking about. Niners definitely belong in the S tier. All right, now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Bucs were dog shit last year and will be even worse this year. No question they are F tier.
Facts, Biden. No Brady means they revert back to being a poverty franchise. F tier without a doubt.
Yeah, it's tough to make an argument for the Bucs this year. As of right now, they belong in F tier. Next is the Tennessee Titans.
Titans quarterback is still Ryan Tannehill. Just for that, they belong in F tier.
Who the fuck cares who they have at QB? They got King Henry in the backfield, and that's all they need.
Get over it, Joe. It's not 2020 anymore. Derrick Henry is old and can't produce like he used to. Titans are going to be a dumpster fire team this year.
When King Henry fucks around and drops another 2,000-yard rushing season, we'll see who's going to be right.
Okay, guys, chill out. You both made fair points, but I think Titans are definitely due for a regression, but won't be the worst team in the league. Let's put them in D tier. Okay, and finally the last team, the Washington Commanders.
Who the fuck is playing QB for them this year? I hope it's still not that bum Wentz.
Nah, it's looking like it's going to be Sam Howell.
Holy shit, that might be even worse. I don't care about this team at all. They should be an F-tier team just for their name alone.
Commanders actually have a decent roster. I think they should be D tier.
Obama, the Commanders are going to be fucking ass, and their name is absolute dog shit. They belong in the F tier, no question.
All right, so Commanders will wrap it up by going in the F tier. All right, boys, we have successfully ranked all the NFL teams ahead of the 2023 season. This was fun.
Can I take my nap now?
Yes, Sleepy Joe, you can go now.
Just be on the lookout. If the people enjoy this tier list, then we will be doing another one. So if you enjoyed this video,
like and subscribe.
And comment down below more video suggestions and your thoughts on this tier list.